PHP 8.5, which is due to be released at the end of 2025, is shaping up to be a pretty exciting release. However, there is one feature in particular which has caught my attention, and that's what I'll take a look at today. Before we jump into the changelog, however, I have a quick story time, which is actually the main reason I was excited for this feature. So this here resembles some legacy code that I was working on a couple of weeks ago. Essentially, we're grabbing the order from an order service and we're performing a couple of operations on that order. And every time we perform an operation on the order, we're saving the order in this temporary variable. So we've got the state in a temporary variable until inevitably we pass it to save order, where we get the new state from the order and we again store it to a temporary variable. And this is fine. This is what it is. But as somebody that cares about having clean code and code that doesn't feel like it's repeating itself, I know it's a bit of an instinct after you've been doing it for sort of near to 15 years. It didn't look right, doesn't feel right, but I kind of had to accept that it is what it is. I did try and implement a couple of different patterns, like the action pattern or the command bus pattern, where I could essentially chain operations, but unfortunately, because of the nature of this order service and the way that it uses dependency injection, it ended up looking more messy than just using the temporary state in the temporary variable. But a couple of days later, I did come across the 8.5 changelog, and that's what got me excited for this feature. So flick back over to the changelog. The new features in PHP 8.5 are a bunch of sort of quality of life changes, but the main one, which is getting the most amount of attention at the moment, is the pipe operator. So this operator essentially allows you to do what it says on the tin, pipe through the result of functions to the argument of the next function. So we take the example used in the changelog here. We've got a temporary variable or a variable called result. We're setting it to hello world, but then we are piping that argument or the result of that variable through these three different functions. So str upper, str shuffle, and then trim, giving us a result of this variable, which is all uppercase. It's hello world that's been shuffled and it's trimmed off any spaces. This, in my use case, would have allowed me to set one and have one variable and have a structure, have a code structure that's more akin to what you'd have if you were using like the builder pattern, for example, or you were chaining methods on an object generally. It looks a lot cleaner, and in my opinion, it's a lot clearer. So this new operator, the pipe operator, is denoted by this pipe symbol followed by a greater than symbol, and as I say, it passes the result of the preceding function to the next function, which I think is pretty damn cool if you ask me. Be interested to know what you think about this operator. Let me know in the comments and I will do my best to get back to you. These are the sorts of exciting changes that I think need to keep coming to PHP 8.5 to really show the wider community out in software engineering outside of PHP what this language is really capable of and the direction that it's moving in. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.